It's always interesting to me the look that I get when I tell people that I make an income online. And I think that that's because, for the most part, we've all been taught that you need to go to school, you need to get some good degrees, and you need to get a job. And the truth is that I'm not against that plan. Actually, I have a doctorate in the biomedical sciences. I do work with a biotech company. That is my full-time job. So I do most of my making money online as a side hustle. And so if you're completely new to this, and maybe even if you've been watching me for a while, I want you to know that making money online is possible. It's not a pipe dream. It is not, some pie in the sky, but it's not also like an easy thing. Okay, people think, well, maybe I sit up, you sit on a computer all day online and type a few words or fill out a few surveys, and then all of a sudden, boom, you make $2,000 per month. That's not how it works. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my own numbers, how much money I made in 2018, the lessons, the wins, the failures, and also even give you a little bit of background history as to how I came into online business, how you can get into online business, and what you should watch out for as you enter into online business so you don't make the same mistakes some of us have made. Hey there bosses, Jean Entre here. If this is your first time on my channel, on this channel I give you tips, resources, and strategies on how to make a living with your writing. If that sounds like something you can jive with, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button and make sure to hit the bell beside the subscribe button to join our community. First of all, let's start with the numbers, right? How much did I make in 2018 with my online business? I just crunched the numbers. I made $22,000, $99.71. So 22,099.71. That is what I made online. And when I divided that over the 12 months that were in 2018, which are in every single year, I made $1,841.64. So just around, just a little bit over 1,800. And in fact, when I looked at the graph, most months I was making $2,000. There were a few months where I fell below that and I was making around $1,500. But once again, all this is side income because I do have a full-time gig. And so as you can see, $22,000 can do a lot of things, right? It's not $1 million, it's not $100,000, but it can do a lot. Like a lot of you would be able to pay off your student loans if you had $22,000 extra, right? Some of you would be able to take a vacation you've been wanting to take. Some of you would be able to pay off debt. Some of you would be able to buy maybe a new car or two really good used cars. So $22,000 is definitely not money that I'm balking at. It's not something that I'm just like batting an eye at. I'm really proud of those achievements. And actually, a graph I wanted to show you is a graph of my income growth over the last 4 years that I have been side hustling and making money online. And so as you can see here, the very first year I made money online was 2015. I mean, before that I did make some money online, but it was really minimal and I didn't really keep the numbers, so I don't have those numbers for you. But in 2015, that was when I got my very first freelancing client, and I got them around October, so I only had about 3 months of data. And I made about $2,500 in that particular year. So that was what I was able to report. The following year, I made around $8,000. The following year, which was 2017, I hit $13,000. So now finally a 5-figure business for the year, right? And then this year in 2018 I was able to hit $22,000. And so as you can see, I've had like a quadruple growth from 2015 to 2016, almost maybe 1.5 times growth in from 2016 to 2017, and then almost double growth really between 2017 and 2018. And I'm really proud of this achievement. So now let's talk about where the money actually came from. Okay, let's do a breakdown. All right, so most of my income, a bulk of the income actually came from my freelance writing business. And if you follow me on this channel, I talk about freelance writing quite a bit. The second highest income earner was affiliates. And for those of you that don't know what an affiliate is, you can check out this video. But basically, an affiliate or affiliate commissions are commissions that you earn for referring people to buy a particular product. And so let's say you have an Amazon link for this camera. If you put it in your blog post or you put it in your YouTube video somewhere, somebody clicks on it, purchases something on Amazon, then Amazon gives you a cut of that particular purchase. And so for affiliate income, that was the second highest. I also make quite a bit of money from selling ebooks from my website, and I host most of my ebooks on Gumroad. And so I was actually really surprised about that. And that was something that I implemented after a conference I attended last year. I just put it in my emails that I would send out to people that first signed up for my email list. I would send them to links. There were 2 email lists. So I'd send them, one was a link for my product that's called Clients Get More Clients, and then another product that I have that has to do with social media management. And so I put those links in those welcome emails, and I think I sent them 3 emails for each email series. And then when they click on those links and they check out the book, if they like it, they buy it. So that also brought in quite a bit of income. I was really impressed, and this year I intend on like doubling down my efforts when it comes to selling my ebooks. Another income source I was really surprised by was my Amazon book royalties. I have a few books on Amazon Kindle that are not necessarily business books. Before I was doing this online business and stuff like that, I actually had another blog, and it was a Christian blog, and I had written some books in that particular niche, and so they're online, and I even had forgotten about them. I just kind of uploaded them and left them, and this year I started earning commissions on them, and I was really excited to be able to share my faith and also make some money from that. That was really precious to me. And so that also really surprised me. But these are, and then I also made money. Let me look at where else I made money. Okay, so I talked about freelance writing, affiliates, my ebooks on Gumroad, Amazon Kindle book royalties, which I'm really surprised by. Google AdSense was also another surprise for me. And then of course I made money from Udemy and Skillshare. I don't make a whole lot of money from Udemy. I made money from Udemy like more in 2015 and 16, but not this past year because I decided to take my courses off of Udemy. For those of you that know Udemy, I love Udemy, and I think it's a great place for you to purchase courses if you're on a budget. But for me, it really wasn't working for me from a business standpoint, so I just took most of my courses off of there. I do have one course still that is live on there, so I get some money from there from time to time. And so I made money from Udemy, and then Skillshare, which is another learning platform. I do plan on creating some more mini courses and possibly uploading them to both platforms, but for right now, and that was also another surprise little income stream. So as you can see, I made money from multiple sources. So most of the time when people are making money online, they're not doing it just one way, they're making it multiple ways. So the very first lesson I have for you is, if you want to make money online, it always starts with one, right? If you want to make money online, you want to grow your income online, it's important for you to think about multiple streams. At the beginning, yes, choose one thing, focus on that and make that work. And that's why freelance writing was really big for me this year, is because I focused really highly on that. And once again, it's just me. I'm a solopreneur, I'm a sidepreneur. I do this by myself. I don't have any assistants. I don't have any. I recently hired a writer, and so I'm kind of expanding my team. And I also realized, this is another lesson, is that in order for me to grow my income, I do need to grow a team. And so that's something I'm going to be working on in 2019. Having a team, at least having even a virtual assistant, would help me greatly. And sometimes, people would think, well, Gertrude, is not having a virtual assistant going to take more money from your pocket? Not necessarily, because I'll be able, basically you're kind of doubling yourself. If you do it well and you set up systems well, you'll be able to double yourself, and then most likely sometimes double or even triple your income, right? because now it's not just you thinking about the business, somebody else is also helping you execute tasks that can help your business grow. So that is also another lesson for me, is I need to grow my team. I need to grow my team and bring people on to help me to make more money, especially if somewhere down along the line I want to turn this into a full-time business, which right now I'm really happy with this still as a side business while I still work my full-time job. Which brings me to the question that I sometimes get: Gertrude, should I quit my job, right, to start an online business? And my answer to you is that it depends. All right, it really depends, because all of us have different life circumstances and we live in different parts of the world. If you live in where I live, which is I live in California, right, and California can be quite expensive. And so if you have, it may be wise for you to grow your business to the 6-figure level before completely quitting your job. Or you may live in a place in the world where the standard of living is significantly lower than California, right? And so you can get away, maybe for you, $22,000 is more than enough to provide you a very comfortable lifestyle where you live. And so I don't recommend that people necessarily quit their jobs to start an online business or to run an online business, because as you can see, it takes time, right? It takes time from when you get started. Now, this is another thing I want to say, that there are a lot of people that start online businesses and then report online about how I made $10,000 in 6 months and how I made 6 figures in just 3 months. And that's great for those people. But realize that that is not the typical course for most people. I'll just tell you that that is not the typical course for most people. Be an entrepreneur not because it looks cool. Be an entrepreneur because you want something. I love creation. I love coming and creating videos for you guys. I love the creative process and being able to do this creation and being able to write content and help other business owners and earn money as a result of me helping other people is just amazing to me. So if you're just doing it because, oh, I want to be a billionaire, because you're watching all these videos where people are driving Maseratis and living in luxury apartments, then I think that's the wrong premise, right? That you want to quit your soul-sucking job. And if your job is soul-sucking and it's really killing you and it's really like making you sad every day, then yes, maybe you can quit. But I really want you to sit down and think about your life and think about how your life is set up. Are people depending on you? What is it going to look like for healthcare when you quit your job? A lot of people don't realize this, that a lot of costs are covered by your job that are not necessarily that you will have to cover yourself as an entrepreneur. Perfect example is healthcare. When I worked, I just freelance from home for 6 months, we had to pay our own health insurance, and it was fine. And I loved the freedom of being able to wake up, and do my own work and all that. But sometimes it's uncomfortable, and sometimes you like a break, right? And sometimes you're like, wow, maybe I wish I could get employer health insurance because it's just a little easier, right? And so you really have to think about all of these things before you up and quit your job. So should you quit your job to start a business? It depends on you. It depends on your lifestyle. It depends on what you're looking for in life. But I don't think that you should necessarily believe all the hype you see online, because it does take a little bit to grow a business to the level where you can really say, I'm quitting and I'm leaving everything behind and I'm doing this on a full-time basis. Okay, so what are some of the mistakes I made? I think one of my biggest mistakes is not focusing on passive income. I focus so much on my freelance writing, which once again, I love it. I love the creation process. But one of the things with freelance writing is that it just means if I'm not working, I'm not earning, right? And so it's just like, you're trading your hours for dollars. And you can definitely, with freelance writing, trade your hours for really high dollars for sure, right? I know I have friends who make well over $10,000 every month with freelance writing, and I'm going to be interviewing some of them on this YouTube channel. However, I do think that it's nice for you to not have all your activities tied to your income, so that if, let's say, you want to take a vacation, let's say you get pregnant and going to have a baby, let's say you're not feeling well, let's say something happens, just because you took 2 weeks off doesn't mean that your income has to suffer. And so that right now is my focus in 2019, where I'm trying to really build out my passive income streams so that those also pick up and, you know, match up even with my freelance writing income or my freelancing income, so that I don't even have to think about, you know, making money. And I think that when you get to that point, that's such a blessing. It's so amazing. And that's the point I want to get to. And with regards to passive income, I think one of the biggest reasons why I didn't make a lot of money with my passive income streams is because I also didn't set up the systems for it. Like I think, like I was saying earlier, with the Gumroad, my ebook sales, I realized that once I set up a system, I started making money consistently. When I didn't have a system, I didn't make money. So systems are so important. And right now, my system is when somebody signs up for my email, they get a freebie, but I also put a link to the ebook. And then they get 3 more emails. And then in each of those emails, there is a call to action for them to buy that ebook. And so there is that is causing them to buy the books. And, you know, and that is also increasing my income. So really having systems in place that help me earn passively is super important. Also, another mistake I made was I didn't promote myself as much. And I think, you know, a lot of us, when we think about promotion, we think about, you know, social media and all the free platforms, but there's also paid advertising, which I realize that a lot of us don't want to go that route. And especially when you're bootstrapping, you may not want to go that route. But sometimes it becomes important for you to, in order for you to grow your business, in order for more people to find out about your business, you do have to do some paid advertising. So that's another area I'm also going to be focusing on this year. And of course, the last lesson is learning to hire help and get people to help me to scale my business. And so that's the biggest thing that I think I wouldn't call them fails even. I'd call them lessons that I learned in this journey in making money online. So that is the story, that is the lowdown, that's the 411 on how much money I made, how I made it, lessons learned, and how you can also begin to think about how to make money online. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what your biggest takeaway from this video was. If you've watched the video to this point, hey, thank you so much for sticking with me, and yeah, go ahead and watch some more videos.